Good morning, freshmen and sophomores. This is Mrs. Schuhmann. I'm here this morning to talk a little bit more about the standardized testing week, or week and a half is actually how it kind of works out, that you are beginning to embark on this morning in homeroom. You heard a little bit about it on announcements this morning, and one of the things that we hope that you took from the message from announcements this morning is that no matter what your score, you are much more than a number on a piece of paper. Whether your score is one that you wish could be better, or it's in the 99th percentile and couldn't get any better than it is on paper, you bring much more to the table than a number. With that said, though, we know as a college prep school that we aren't doing our job if we don't talk with you about the significance of standardized testing in one aspect of your life, which is the college admission process. And you might be thinking, gosh, Ms. Schumann, as a freshman or sophomore, that's kind of down the road. And you're right. But just like everything you're doing in your classes, the work that you do with standardized testing right now helps to build you toward your optimal performance and preparation for your future. And that includes college admissions. And yes, you're much more than your score, but in the college admissions process, your standardized testing score can be this important for this amount of time. And that's essentially what it comes down to. So we want to make sure that we work with you to help you be ready to do your very best on these tests. And so the idea that score can be that important as part of whether or not you are admitted to the college of your choice or you earn a scholarship can be a little frustrating, especially if you're a student who maybe didn't perform as well on a standardized test as she wanted to, or if you feel like consistently whenever you take standardized tests, they don't seem to reflect the way that you perform in the classroom. But again, all of those kinds of feelings, those kinds of concerns are exactly why we are doing Standardized Testing Week, and we hope you will engage in it with as much emphasis as you can in your classes and in the independent steps that you take. That is because oftentimes people think with standardized test scores that you have this predetermined score, that no matter what you do, you're going to score this way on a standardized test, like the pre-ACT or the PSAT, and then ultimately on the ACT and the SAT. But really what it comes down to is that all of these tests are asking you to recall and apply information that you've been introduced to in your classes or will be introduced to in your classes. But that's happening in situations where it may be in a problem format that you haven't seen before, one that's unfamiliar to you. It may be you're a little rusty on some of those concepts. It may be that all you can think about is the fact that you're being timed, and that pressure of time is what you start focusing on rather than what you're trying to do with the information that's in front of you. And that's why practice and preparation can help you to be even more successful as you look forward. So all of these types of reasons are the reasons that we are going to give you the opportunity to work with your teachers over the next few weeks, looking and focusing on how you did on the standardized tests that you took in the fall. Some of you took the pre-ACT, some of you took the pre-ACT and the PSAT, and maybe just a few of you only took the PSAT. But no matter what, today you're going to be getting those standardized test score reports back. Now, let me tell you that what I see happen with students all the time, I saw it when I was a teacher in the classroom, I saw it when I was a college counselor, and I see it now in my role as a dean of studies, is that what people seem to want to focus on is, what does the score say? What's that number? And they look at that score and they think it's the most important thing, and then they have some type of emotional reaction. They may be ecstatic about what they see. They may think, yeah, that's about what I thought. Or they may think, oh, I hate that. That makes me kind of feel bad. And then they close the score report back up and they put it away because they think that that is the most important thing. But particularly for those of you who are taking the pre-ACT and the PSAT, really, that score is a piece of information about how you did on that test, in that place, and in that time. But truly, it's the least important piece of information that's on that score report. It gives you a wide variety of information about what you can do as you move forward towards your ultimate goal with the ACT or the SAT. What do I mean? On both of those score reports, information you will find includes how you did on every question on the test, whether or not you got in each section, whether you got it right, whether you got it wrong, and if you got it wrong, what answer you gave rather than the correct answer. It gives, based on all of that information, a synopsis of your strengths of how in areas and content, and also areas and content that you may want to focus on, and can give recommendations of things you may want to study content-wise to re-emphasize and re-look at so that you can perform even more effectively on it. Today also, in your English classes, you're going to be getting your test booklets back. And that's important because, hey, you've got what the right and wrong answers are, but you didn't have the test questions in front of you. But with the test booklets, you can do that. So not only on the score report do you have concept areas that you can work on, you'll have the opportunity to do a deep dive into the information of looking back at the questions that you got right and also the questions that you got wrong to see what was happening there. You may find that there is a comma rule that you had forgotten, or you may find that there is a geometry concept that you hadn't learned when you took the test, but now you have learned it, and kind of be able to assess what you need to work on and what you can improve on to be better prepared for that content the next time you take a standardized test. Your teachers are going to lead you into that deep dive through some activities that they're going to lead you in over the course of the next week or so. And then you have the opportunity to continue that even more in depth on your own, with the purpose of it being you being able to arrive at some conclusions about what can help you grow in your performance on standardized tests. Well, then so what happens after that? Well, hopefully, just naturally, you would think, I need to set a goal. Well, even if you didn't naturally just think you want to set a goal, that's one of the things that Standardized Testing Week is going to ask you to do, is to set a goal, next step of what can I do to improve? It may be that you realize that you need work on timing on standardized tests. So you may want to work on some test-taking strategies. You may choose to take an ACT test prep course as a junior, or you may want to work with an outside test prep agency like Torch Prep. It may be that you need to do some content area review, but you could either do on your own, or maybe you think, you know what, I need to see a tutor. I have never got that concept and I need somebody to help me with it. And a couple of tutoring sessions would help you to get that. It may be that you want to make a real commitment to using the method test prep that we offer for free through Student SharePoint. There are a wide variety of different answers to that. You may need help getting to those. Your teacher can help you. Your counselors are more than willing to help you. Our college counselors, Ms. Hobbick and Ms. Jackson, are great at that, and Ms. Fieldhouse and I love it. So if you would want to come and see us, we are more than happy to help talk with you about what some of your goals could be. But I hope what you're hearing here is that this isn't about the piece of paper, it's not about the score, it's about what comes next. So the real purpose of Standardized Testing Week is to help you develop a path. Now, I'm going to be real straightforward with you. Here's what you can do. If you want, you can just do the bare minimum, do what your teachers ask you to do, put in what you have to do to get your points, and then move on and not think about it. But if you do, you're wasting a valuable opportunity. And we know that you all want to be as successful as you can. So my guess is that really probably the only person who crossed their mind to do that is me. So don't be lazy like me. Go ahead and do your work as diligently as you can so that you can make your options open up for you as much as you can. We want to thank your teachers for giving up their class time on content to work with you in these standardized testing areas. They don't mind doing it. They know that this is an important piece of the college preparatory process, but we do appreciate it, and we hope you will tell them thank you as well. Right now, what I'm going to do is turn the rest of the Rocket Time over to your teachers so they can get information out to you and process and make sure you have the materials that you need to start this process. But let's make it the best possible opportunity for learning that we can. I appreciate your attention and know that whatever we can do to help you, we will. Thanks.